Silent Hill has been cooking, my friends. With two big games on the horizon, this September's Silent Hill F and the newly announced remake of Silent Hill 1, this series is proving that it's capable of not just producing a quality throwback in last year's remake of Silent Hill 2, but also ushering in a complete resurgence. That's right, just as Resident Evil is killing it right now with Capcom's recent reveal of Resident Evil Requiem, so too is Konami with their dedication to really propelling this once stagnant franchise into the forefront of survival horror video games. Today, we are looking at everything we know about Silent Hill 1 Remake and developer Bloober Team's content pipeline to get a rough idea as to when we can expect to play this game, along with insight into what games are highly likely to follow. If you're like me and are stoked to embrace the future of what Silent Hill has in store for us, defog that like button. And to sweeten the deal, I've got a copy of Silent Hill F up for grabs for anyone who is interested in joining my giveaway. It's completely free and only takes a second of your time. And who knows, you may just come away a winner of what may be this year's defining horror experience. Details are linked in the description. Alright, the remake of the 1999 PS1 hit Silent Hill was officially confirmed last week during Konami's press start livestream with the following statement, translated to English from Japanese. Silent Hill Remake is in the works. We are currently working with Bloober Team on a remake of Silent Hill, which was released for PlayStation in 1999. Please await further updates for more details. I can't say that this is entirely surprising news, since Bloober Team just earlier this year announced that they are partnering with Konami yet again for another game. But seeing how well received and successful Bloober Team's last venture with Silent Hill was in Silent Hill 2 Remake, Bloober helming the remake of Silent Hill 1 is nothing short of fantastic news. I mean, with Silent Hill 2 being the fastest selling game in the series' history, and also the best selling one at that, with over 2 million units sold since this January, I'm sure both Bloober and Konami are thrilled to continue the momentum by going ahead with a remake of the title that birthed the franchise. I'm also happy that Bloober and Konami decided that it was best to remake Silent Hill 1 instead of going straight into Silent Hill 3, as Silent Hill 1 directly sets up the context and plot of Silent Hill 3, so this direction to remake Silent Hill 1 indicates mainly two things. Expect a remake with a similar look and feel to the Silent Hill 2 remake in this upcoming remake of the first game, and 2, a remake of Silent Hill 3 is pretty much an inevitability with Silent Hill 1 setting the stage for what's to come in its direct sequel in Silent Hill 3. Now, as to when we can expect to get Silent Hill Remake on our hands, it's likely going to be anywhere from 2 to 3 years from now until this bad boy releases, but there is certainly a good indication that this title will release in 2027, which would be 2 years from now. See, on Bloober Team's website prior to Silent Hill 2 Remake's release last year, we can see a number of projects listed here that are in development at the studio, all with plans to launch before 2027. With Silent Hill 2 Remake already accounted for, and with Project C unveiled last year as Chronos the New Dawn with a release sometime in the fall of 2025, that leaves us with Project G and Project H. Okay, now bear with me, but here's where a leak from late last year may give us an indication as to what project the Silent Hill 1 Remake is in Bloober's content pipeline, with Planeta PlayStation on Twitter shortly after Silent Hill 2 Remake released, revealed that a remake of Silent Hill 3 was in development. Now, of course, we now know that Silent Hill 1 was chosen first to be remade, which was definitely the right choice, but here is the translation from its original Spanish post, indicating a few things related to this upcoming project. The codename for Silent Hill 3 Remake suggests that it goes by the codename Project H, and would follow the style and presentation of Silent Hill 2 Remake, which we can interpret as utilizing an over-the-shoulder perspective and carrying over the systems used in the remake we just got for Silent Hill 2. The third bullet point suggests that there will be an increased focus on survival horror in the Silent Hill 3 Remake, with a more solid narrative. Finally, the post concludes by stating that Konami wants the Silent Hill IP to have a larger presence, suggesting that further remakes, like this Project H, would help further garner interest in the Silent Hill franchise. Alright, first things first, this is just a rumor and there really isn't any credibility here that suggests that any of this pertains to specifically a Silent Hill 3 remake, seeing as Silent Hill 1 remake was just announced. Any of these bullet points listed could simply pertain to any number of Silent Hill games that could get a remake, so take all this with grains of salt, but I'd like to mention that there are 2 bullet points here that are actually confirmed from both Konami and Bloober Team to be true. The final bullet point about Konami wanting the Silent Hill IP to have a larger presence is 100% accurate, as we previously reported in videos past that Konami did mention their goals of seeing not only their Metal Gear franchise see growth, but also their Silent Hill franchise, confirming in their 2023 fiscal year statement that remakes, yes plural here, are in development for the Silent Hill franchise. Given the incredible success of the Silent Hill 2 remake thus far, breaking sales records for the series and generating tons of interest in this once stagnant franchise, it's a no-brainer that we will be seeing more remakes of the earlier games to further Konami's goal of making Silent Hill's presence even bigger. So, returning to Bloober's content pipeline, with Silent Hill 1 Remake potentially being this Project H that was leaked last year, or heck, maybe even Project G for that matter, I'd imagine this remake is still going to loosely adhere to last year's pipeline, as instead of before 2027 for these 4 listed projects, I think, just to be realistic, it's likely a release in 2027 may be planned here. Is it feasible? I would think so, seeing as I would imagine a lot of assets and systems from Silent Hill 2 Remake would be carried over to Silent Hill 1 Remake, cutting down dramatically the time it would take to start over from scratch. We saw something very similar happen with Resident Evil when Capcom remade Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3, with RE3 Remake releasing just over a year after RE2 Remake hit stores. Of course, some content was cut from the original RE3 remake, with few areas being expanded, leaving the fanbase pretty divided over the quality of RE3 remake. But I don't expect this to happen with Silent Hill 1 remake, seeing as the first game takes place across entirely different areas of the town of Silent Hill. Not only that, and perhaps more importantly, Bloober Team greatly expanded on the locations of Silent Hill 2 in the remake, resulting in a game that was nearly twice as long as the original for those looking to discover everything. So even with the likely faster development time of Silent Hill 1 Remake, I'd still imagine we're likely to get a pretty substantial game here, just like we did with Silent Hill 2 Remake. And finally, just wanted to state that for as excited as we all are for Silent Hill 1 Remake, let's give Bloober and Konami all the time they need to create an incredible game like they did with their previous remake. Crunching is not something that I encourage, nor that I want to see, so while 2027 may seem ambitious, yet entirely possible, at the end of the day, let's give these teams the time to craft a game that everyone will be thrilled to see when they reveal more of the title, and eventually release it to the world. With Silent Hill 1 Remake announced now, it is an inevitability that we will see a remake of especially Silent Hill 3 to come after, as Silent Hill 3 is a direct sequel to Silent Hill 1. What comes after remakes of Silent Hills 1 and 3? Well, who really knows? But seeing as Silent Hill 4 The Room has arguably the most room, pun partially intended, to grow with a proper remake, that game was still relatively popular and has a cult following to this day, and I really do hope to see this game remade eventually once both Silent Hill 1 and 3 are remade. And yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg really, as who's to say games like Silent Hill Origins and Silent Hill Shattered Memories would be off the table in future remakes. It's clear that Konami wants Silent Hill to have a larger presence now, and with Bloober Team behind the next remake after achieving near universal praise for their work on Silent Hill 2 Remake, it's safe to say that the Silent Hill content going forward is likely to be stacked. Let me know what you think about this news surrounding the Silent Hill 1 remake in the comments, and if you'd be interested in seeing more remakes in the series going forward, as it very much appears like this is certainly the case. This is all on top of what we are getting this year with Silent Hill F, representing a huge departure from the setting of the games that have come before it, as for the first time ever, the series is turning away from the foggy New England town that has defined the series for over 20 years and is planting its roots in a rural town in 1960s Japan, with series producer Motoi Okamoto aiming to restore the lost Japanese horror that the series lacked since the PS2 era. This dark and brutal Silent Silent Hill game aims to stand tall amidst the remakes that are surrounding it. That is absolutely worthy of your attention, so be sure to check out my giveaway of this game and my upcoming coverage of it, as Silent Hill F could likely be this year's best horror title. That's all I have for you in this video, my friends. Come join me in this one as we dive into a ranking of the scariest Silent Hill games ever made, and I look forward to seeing you all real soon in the next one.